Good afternoon, Facebook, and welcome back. Give DeKalb County Day here at the Egyptian Theater. Super exciting day, raising money for the Egyptian Theater, nonprofit organization participating with over 100 nonprofits throughout DeKalb County on this 24-hour day of giving. You can donate today by going to lightscameradonate.org. That will take you directly to the Egyptian Theater donation page as part of Give DeKalb County. Every donation made today through that website will be proportionally matched by a bonus pool of over $145,000. So your donation today goes even further. And it can go even further later on with our board booster, which we'll talk about later. And we've been promoting all day long because we're getting closer and closer. Right now, we're at $11,810. Our goal today is $25,000, and we're well on our way there. A reminder, when we get to $20,000, that will unlock our board booster of $5,000 that's been put together by the board of directors here at the Egyptian Theater, and that should get us to our goal. So well on our way. Thank you so much for all of our donors that have donated so far. Just in the last hour, I want to thank another anonymous donor that has contributed to the Egyptian Theater, Jessica and Gibson Sema, Piper Bryant and Hallie, Digby Larson, another dog donation out there. So thank you so much for all those pets that are donating to the Egyptian Theater. We really appreciate it. Randy Casperson, Marianne Holcomb, Pat and Lorraine Daly, Sean Lowe, Susan Cosmos, Claudia Howard, a volunteer donation. Thank you so much, Claudia. We absolutely appreciate the support out there. Thank you so much. Love seeing our volunteers participating today. Jody Peterson Deal, Randy and Christy Hayes, and Brad Hoy. So thank you so much. Incredible list to see here just in the last hour that has donated here online to the Egyptian Theater. And again, you can participate today and support the theater. No donation is too small or too big. You can go to lightscameradonate.org to make that donation online. Now, our next special guest is down, ready to go on our stage, live, ready with Janine for our next interview. Our next guest is John Babin, a local musician with the band Lever, and also performed in our 815 live music series that was here right on Facebook over the last year. So let's head on down to Janine with John.
Thank you so much for throwing it to me, Alex. We are excited. We have our next special guest here, and if you're a fan of the Egyptian Theater Facebook, you've seen this face before. We have John Babin of the band Lever, and you were here for 815 Live.
I was. That was a blast. Yeah.
So thank you again for coming back to our stage. It's a little bit different without the guitar and everything. However, we're so glad that you performed with us at 815 Live. It's been a year of figuring out how to bring music and art to people, even though we're still an empty theater. So just as an artist yourself, tell us a little bit about, what's the past year been like for someone who performs a lot and hasn't had a stage to perform on?
Yeah, I mean, this is, it's not just my main source of income, it's my main source of being human, is playing music. So, and performing music, and writing music, and recording it. So yeah, I mean, the last year has been very rough, to say the least. It's kind of, it's been pretty bleak, as far as live music is concerned. I wouldn't trade places with someone who's been affected, like, personally by COVID-19.
Right.
I know people that have gotten sick and, very sick from it. So I wouldn't, trade places with that. But it has been difficult, and it has been hard, because people want to go out and have fun, and it's been, a rough year, socially speaking, politically speaking, the last year. But, we're hoping things will get better because, people are going to be ready to get out and have fun once it's all over.
Absolutely. I mean, you nailed it on the head of saying, well, it's not the thing that literally keeps me alive, it's what keeps my humanity alive. And that's, with what we've been talking about so often this past 12 months is, obviously, there's many businesses, many different facets of our society that are affected by this, but art and music, it's so quality of life. So today we've been raising money during, Give DeKalb County, doing Lights, Camera, Donate, supporting our nonprofit theater. So can you talk a little bit about, why should people invest in the arts? Why should people invest in a 91-year-old theater?
just because of that. I mean, it's a 91-year-old theater. It's beautiful. It's part of world history. This particular theater. You know, when you're playing on this theater, when you're attending a show, you know you're on this. You know you're in the same room that Ray Charles played on. That's a big deal.
Right.
You know, and there are traditions of the past that are 100 years old that we don't need to hang on to, but things like this we do. Because what we're really looking at is this is an escape. It's an escape from any other troubles you may have, or maybe it's diving further into your personal life without even realizing it, because art is art, and it's representation of, it's reflective of life. And so it's important for, I believe, the evolution of human thinking and growing, to branch off and think about what you're seeing from an artistic point of view, because it helps you apply those sorts of meanings to your own life. And that's a big reason why we need places like the Egyptian and other music venues too.
Absolutely, and I love that you brought up we're sitting where JFK spoke, we're sitting where Ray Charles has played, and B.B. King in Kansas, and some of the greats. But you shared such a great personal story of seeing the marquee lit up and talking with your buddy Rob of, one day when if we played there, and what was it like? What was it like playing on our stage, even though there wasn't an audience, to play in an old historic venue? It
meant a lot. It was amazing. Crowd or no crowd. I mean, obviously we'd rather play with the crowd. But
us as well.
Yeah, of course. But it was really awesome. Just to be on this stage, and this is that was my first time on the stage at this theater. So it was really, it meant something personally. It really meant something to stand here and bring it to people who were at home, because even though we couldn't have anybody here, we did feel the love from outside coming in, which was, I think that was a big deal. I think that was one of the greatest things about the show 815 Live, because it allows people to feel like they're hanging out,
Yeah, and I love that you mentioned the escapism, because, these theaters are built atmospherically. You feel like you're sitting in Egypt, watching a show. Yeah. But that escapism that's even provided digitally, can you talk a little bit about, as a performer, you just mentioned how you kind of still felt that love. How did that feel, and what are you looking forward to, while that digital sense is a way to, still connect? But what are you looking forward to have a live audience sitting there and reading their faces, reading their reactions?
If it sounds so good just hearing that.
I know. It is.
Yeah, hopefully when everyone gets healthy and we get our vaccinations or whatever you need to do to get healthy and to rejoin society and to restart everything, it would be amazing to stand here in front of all of you and play for you in person, and that's the end goal, I think. In reality, that's the end goal, is to just have people share an experience, digitally for sure, but in the same room. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like being in the same room in a theater like this. It's historic. Yeah, I mean, you always knew something cool was happening at the Egyptian when even now, Gone with the Wind.
Yeah, we got to do something
from last month.
Yes, yeah, we get to do some different things. COVID has had us explore different things we've never done. We did ghost yoga last month. We've done ghost tours. We've done different movies, different tours, and different things. But I really like what you said about, connecting with the audience. And we talk a lot about, we show movies here. We have live performances, live artists. We have an art show that's been in our theater the past month back. And it's just those things that branch people out, let people connect. So thank you so much. Is there anything that you would like to add that I didn't touch on?
Just thank you for having me again. Support the Egyptian. It's a part of world history. This thing's awesome. It's beautiful. It's even more beautiful in person. So do what you can to keep supporting from the community. Thank you.
Well, thank you, John. We hope that we can have you here with a live, living, breathing audience, and not just our paranormal patrons and you lovely people on our Facebook page. But thank you so much to John of Lever, and don't forget to keep going to lightscameradonate.org today. All day, we'll keep coming to you live, and we'll throw it back to the studio for Alex's update for this hour. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much, Janine, and thank you, John, for being our special guest this hour. We loved listening to you perform on our stage, and look forward to having you back on our stage at the community stage during Cornfest that we just announced we're hosting today, or we announced that today that we're hosting it for the first time ever. The Cornfest community stage coming inside to the air-conditioned Egyptian Theater, and John will be one of the performers. So check out our website. You can see the full lineup there of all the different performers, including John. So thank you again for joining us. Our updates were up to $11,935. Again, our total goal today is $25,000, so we're making a great progress and really appreciate all the support and all the donors out there so far. Next hour at 5 o'clock, we're going to be welcoming Jan Kuntz from Stagecoach Players is going to be here, and we've got a very special announcement that we'll be talking with Jan about. So make sure you tune in at 5 o'clock live here on Facebook for that announcement. And again, half an hour, 4:30, 5:30, 6:30, going all through the night. Sammy, our intern, will be live on Twitter and Instagram. We're live here on Facebook at the top of the hour, every hour up until 9 o'clock tonight, bringing you updates and exciting announcements all through the rest of the night. So stay tuned. You never know what we got coming your way. 5 o'clock hour, we've got another exciting announcement. So check out lightscameradonate.org. That'll take you directly to the donation page to support the Egyptian Theater today on Give DeKalb County Day. And we'll see you back here live on Facebook at 5 o'clock.